Hi, my name is Dr. Omar Viswanath. Welcome to my channel, Dr. V Pain Med, all things clinical and research. A little bit about myself. I am a double board certified anesthesiologist and an interventional pain medicine physician practicing in Phoenix, Arizona. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, attended St. Louis University for my undergraduate studies in pre-med, majoring in biology and minoring in psychology, attended medical school at Creighton University School of Medicine in Omaha, Nebraska. I stayed at Creighton University where I completed my intern year in internal medicine, and then I completed 3 years of anesthesiology residency in South Florida at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach. And I finally finished with the 1-year interventional pain medicine fellowship at Harvard Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston, Massachusetts, before then moving to Phoenix, Arizona to begin my clinical practice, which I'm now wrapping up my 8th year, entering my 9th year of practice. I had seen the climate and landscape of where things are going in medicine to this day, and there's a lot of problems with medicine, but there's a lot of good things, and a lot of good things tap into the technological aspect of where we're at. AI is starting to take a role in medicine, and patients, for the most part, are well informed and better informed as a result of this. They're asking the right questions, but at the same time, there's a sparsity of information out there on the internet and accurate information out there in the internet. And even more importantly, in my field, pain medicine, it is fair to say that pain medicine has its toes across all areas of medicine, from internal medicine, primary care, pediatrics, surgical care, surgical subspecialties, and even other specialties, including interventional and diagnostic radiology, pathology, and the list goes on. To that effect, it means that patients are going to experience pain throughout their life, and even if they're not dealing with chronic pain, they certainly have family members and close friends that are dealing with this. So ultimately, this channel was born to create a collegial environment where I can disseminate accurate, fact-based information, giving you my clinical acumen and fund of knowledge, and at the same time allowing for further discussion and dialogue, with hoping to help and reach more people with this platform. Now, that's just one part of this channel. That's the clinical aspect, where I want to reach as many patients as possible and educate as many people as possible. But the second part of this channel, it's a 2-for-1, is I have a unique background in not only being a private practice physician, but a really forthright and active academic career. And yes, you heard me correctly, an academic career, even as a private practice physician. I really want to share about my unique journey into how I got to this place and how I've helped people in training in the medical pipeline and medical professionals in the medical pipeline, and how we can help those that are learning and going from pre-med to graduate school to postgraduate education, and how we can help you better your CV through clinical research, which is something that I've really been passionate about in my career. Now, a little background about myself. I told you where I grew up. I told you where I trained. Now, a little bit more on the academic research side of things. I've been fortunate over the last several years to become affiliated and clinically affiliated as a professor with 4 different medical schools. I am a clinical professor of anesthesiology in the Department of Anesthesiology at my alma mater, Creighton University School of Medicine, here at the Phoenix branch, where I'm actively involved in helping medical students here, as well as medical students in Omaha, where I attended medical school. I am also a professor of anesthesiology in the Department of Anesthesiology, adjunct at the University of Houston McGovern Medical School. And I'm also a clinical professor of anesthesiology at LSU Shreveport in Shreveport, Louisiana. And finally, an assistant professor of anesthesiology clinical at University of Arizona, Phoenix, here locally. I have found it super rewarding to be involved in paying it back to those that helped me get to this stage in my career, where I consider myself a lifelong learner, but helping those that are certainly in the early stages of their career and trying to better their CV as things get more competitive, and doing so through the best way I know, which is through clinical research. At this point in my career, I've been fortunate to now have 475 publications indexed in PubMed through various high prestigious, high impact factor journals, as well as published 4 hard copy books that I've co-edited, 2 through Cambridge Publishing, one of which is a Chinese edition that has a further reach in the international community, as well as 2 books on pain medicine through Springer Publishing. Again, I think that this second aspect is going to be just as valuable for those that are subscribing to my channel as the first aspect, where we're talking about the fundamentals and the pillars and various hot button topics in pain medicine in the clinical research avenue. Like I said, I didn't have somebody helping me when I was going through training as a medical student and as an early part of my residency in clinical research. And that's something that I had to navigate on my own, and was certainly hard. And I did have people that helped me along the way. And in future videos, we will talk about that. But again, this channel is here to help you and provide you with information, to use me as a resource to help you get to where I'm at and continue to do better things, promote learning, improve your CV, your resume, your ERAS application, whatever it may be. So again, I hope you've gotten a little bit more information about who I am and what this channel is supposed to be doing. And I am super excited to be bringing this information to you again on both subject matters of clinical research as well as the fundamentals of pain medicine. Looking forward to talking to you more.